Hi everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today. So, it's new catalogue launch day, so I'm bringing you a video with a set that caught my eye in the catalogue. So this is from the In Good Taste suite of products. So we have this lovely cling stamp. Love the feather and the flower, and it's a very sort of eclectic mix of images and some really great sentiments. Just saying hello is really great, just really nice. You can send it to a man or a woman. Very lovely set, and it does have coordinating dies. These are the Tasteful Labels dies. Now look at those. So I'm going to be using this one in my project today, but there's a mixture of double stitched dies, and then we've also got these ones have got all those ridges in, which will emboss a really nice edge around your die cut. So it'll cut it out, but then have this wonderful aged look around the edge. I'm dying to see how those come out, cut out. In fact, we might just do it just so that we can see it. So yeah, so that's what we're using today. So that's available as a bundle. You could also get it as a combined price with other bits and pieces as well. I've picked out this piece of paper from the Coordinating Designer Series paper. The paper pack that coordinates with this set is actually a double-sized one. You actually get 12 double-sided designs with, so no, you get 48 sheets in the pack. So 12 double-sided designs, 24 designs. So and 2 of each. So I picked out this one. This is Night of Navy in the background, and I decided to team it with Early Espresso for my card base. So just going for a sort of more masculine theme there. And then I've got a small card layer that I'm going to stamp onto, but before we do that, I'm going to stamp and die cut the sentiment so that that's drying. So this, so I picked out this one. The good things in life are better with you, and I'm going to stamp that with Night of Navy ink. Okay. Open, flip and push back. If any of you are watching who have never stamped an image before, open the ink pad, and there's a, that foam is drenched in ink. It's really nice and wet. This it's just light tapping with the stamp over the surface of the ink pad. You don't press hard, you don't want to make a hole in your ink pad, and you'll be able to see when you turn it over that raised red rubber image is coated with the ink. Onto your cardstock, straight down, firm press, just hold it for a couple of seconds and lift straight up, and that stamps beautifully. Isn't that a lovely font as well? Lovely mixed font. There we go. My Stampin' scrub is off to one side, so I'm just going to move that to one side and clean that thoroughly in a moment. So I'm going to use this die, which we're going to place over the top. So really nice and straightforward to line that up. I'm just going to use a little bit of scrap washi tape to hold that where I want it, and run that through my die cut machine. So all the clunking and clanking is quite normal. It's just the pressure of the machine as it rolls that through. There we are, nice die cut with a really lovely stitched edge. The camera's not going to focus. Okay. So that's ready to go. That's ready to go. But what I want to do is do a little bit of stamping on this white panel, and I also want to, the layers and the cardstock are they're quite bright against this softer DSP, so I'm going to take a stamping sponge and some smoky slate ink, and I'm just going to put a little bit of ink around those edges. And just a little bit, just to take off that stark white, a little bit more in the corner at the ends there, just to take away some of that white. Same with this piece, just ever so gently. A little more in the corners there. So we're not aiming for perfect, we want a little bit of kind of grunging it up a little bit. There we are. So that just takes away some of the brightness on there and on there. So we're going to do a bit of stamping on this piece as well. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece here because I'm going to do some stamping off. And think about where I want to put this, because it will determine where I place some of the stamps I've picked out. So there was so I'm going to use this one and use some second generation ink. In fact, actually, I'm going to bring back the smoky slate for that. I'm going to bring back the smoky slate for that one, so it'll be nice and faded in the background. And then I'm going to use these kind of square, tiley things in early espresso ink to add some extra detail to the background. So I've already mounted this on a block, and I want the sentiment to sort of go over there, so I want this to sort of peek out behind the sentiment. So I'm thinking one down there maybe, and then one up there. So bring back the smoky slate ink pad, again just light tapping over the surface of the ink pad. Let's see how dark that is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stamp it off once. So I just want a hint of something in the background to frame that sentiment in the middle, and where they overlap there and possibly looks a little untidy, you're not going to see that behind there. That's nice. I think what we'll do is we'll just add a little bit to the corners as well. So I am going to flip the stamp. Okay, so there we go. So that was Smoky Slate. It's lovely. And the early espresso is quite a dark colour, and I think that will overlay quite nicely with those other images. So light tapping just across the top, and I think I'm going to stick one of these about there and somewhere around maybe here. One off here. Oh, should we stick with 3? You know the rule of 3s? Let's see how that looks. Let's stamp off and add a little bit up there. That one I stamped off twice for an even paler image. There we go. I think that will do. You could go crazy with that. You could add as much or as little as you like. So let's see how that's shaping up for the card. Yep. Liking that. Now, I did pull out as well, this is the Early Espresso faux suede trim. Really lovely, soft, soft ribbon, and there is some texture to it as you might expect from suede. I wonder if, oh, I thought it was going to focus then nicely. Oh, there you are. So a really nice texture on there. So I was thinking whether we wanted to add any of this behind there. So let's cut off a length of that and see how we go with that. Right, let's start putting things together. Still got snail. So this has retired, but I'm sure lots of us have got it in our stash where we've built up a collection. I know for me, it's one of the things I spend my Stampin' rewards on when I order. So basically I'm not using, I basically get my adhesive and like wistful white cardstock and things like that. The basics end up being free. So the larger your order, the more rewards you get. Another great thing about Stampin' Up. Okay, I'm going to stick that flat. That might be a surprise to everyone who sees sees me craft. Oh, that one's run out. So I'm just going to grab a refill. I hope the new ones are that easy to refill. I'm sure they will be. Yeah. Get that in place, and of course this will go on dimensionals, because there's always something that has to go on dimensionals. So that's going to go across there like that. And I was thinking we could zig this behind to add some texture. So I'm just going to run a couple of strips of snail across there and just see how it lies. So this is another way to use ribbon when you don't want bows and knots. So, you know, for the blokes in our life, they don't necessarily want bows and things, but a bit of texture is nice. And then once we put that down, that'll hold down those loops a bit. Behind there as well. Yes, lovely. Okay. Peel off the backs. So easy. Just like that. If you want more, cause once they're down and you've pressed them in, they are stuck. So if you want more wriggle room, some dabs of multi-purpose glue will help with that. So that's down now. What do you think? Do we need some bling? I think we might, because I think we could use, how about some metallic pearls? And if we go with silver, I think that would really complement the grey in the background there. Just use my take your pick tool. So just take those off the backing sheet. There's about that then. Lovely. Really nice card. Okay, nice and simple to put together when you've got nice coordinating products. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Loads more to come. So many new things to show you. As a demo, I was able to order some stuff in advance. So another perk of making that commitment to join. So you can do that for just £99. Lots of links. If you go along to my website down there, you'll find links to the join pages where there's lots of frequently asked questions. The joining fee is £99, but you get to choose whatever you like as your starter kit, up to a value of £130. And then we have an additional promotion just for June. So if you're quick off the mark, you will also be able to select a free bundle in addition to that. Okay, so if you want to find out more about that, drop me a message and I'll get back to you. But for now, thank you very much for joining me today. I'll link to the blog post where all the products I've used today have been will be linked to my online shop. Okay, have a great day everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.